Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my Divine Locations video. This is the XP and GP rundown of Divine Locations, along with just what they are, how to do them effectively, and the like. These are the gods of daily XP, and they're also pretty good money every day. I haven't really seen anyone talk about these, and they're so good, so I thought I'd make a complete guide on them and talk about each one and how good they are on their own, so you can make a choice on which ones you would want to do. I just quickly want to talk about some key information. Divine Locations can be done once per day and have a limit cap. This is dependent on your total level. The amount of items you can gather per day is 10% of your total level, but caps at 250 items, which means anything over 2,500 total does not increase the cap every day, as it's capped at 250. So example 1, if you're 2,000 total level, you can harvest 200 items a day. Example 2, if you're 2,650 total level, your harvest is capped at 250 items. This is because it can't go over 250, even though you would get 265, but as the cap's 250, that's all you can get. So as long as you're 2,500 total or more, you can get the maximum out of these Divine Locations. Even at lower total levels, they're absolutely amazing anyway. Beeswax can extend these Divine Locations gathering limits by 50% or 100%. This is done once per lockout, so you can't extend it by 100% 5 times in one day. You can only do it by 100% once. This stops it being able to be done constantly. So every day you can extend it with Beeswax and get 200% from your Divine Locations, or 150% if you use a little less Beeswax. Divine Locations can be really good XP every day, not to mention a nice little bit of GP as well. Make sure you come to World 2 barefoot when doing your Divine Locations. People yell when they put their Divine Locations down, so you can easily see where the Divine Location's going. Even if you've got your own one like me, come to World 2, because when other people harvest it, you get the noted items and the XP as if you harvest them for noted items, which means you get to your cap faster and still get the same amount of XP, which means you can get to your cap with just one bubble sometimes if enough people harvest it. So if I say Divine Rock Towel, people will now know a Divine Rock Towel's coming down. Make sure you're wearing your stat boosting items for extra experience. You chuck down your bubble and then you can harvest from it. When I harvest from it, I get a normal rock towel, and every time other people harvest it, I get theirs as well. And look how much XP I'm getting, because they are harvesting it with me, which means I'm constantly getting loads and loads of XP. So the normal rock towels are your ones, and the noted ones are what other people have harvested for you. And now I've reached my daily gathering limit of rock towels, so I've got all of my rock towels for the day. And if we price check this, I have the maximum limit, which means I've made nearly 200k in just today. Rock towels are a little bit lower than normal right now, but either way, nearly 200k a day is pretty damn good. With the Desert Pantheon aura that you get from Premier Club, you can use this in order to help with your Divine Locations as well. As you can see, the Bounty of Krondis increases your Divine Location gathering limit by 100% for 150 charges. This means this can give you twice as much daily gathering limit from Divine Locations for 150 of the daily 250 charges that you get with your Desert Pantheon aura. This is really useful and can come in very handy if you're trying to get those specific Divine Locations for money or experience. Another really useful place for Divine Locations is the Garajo Resource Dungeon. It's located in Prif, so you need Prif to get here, and you need 95 Dungeoneering to enter it. Where I am on the map right now is where the Resource Dungeon is. All you gotta do is jump down the mysterious entrance. When you're here, you can run past Garajo, and in the back here, loads of random Divine Locations spawn. So as you can see right now, it has a Divine Rock Towel and a Divine Box Trap. So two really good ones that you can harvest from. Obviously I've already reached my limit, but these are two really good useful Divine Locations, and they're constantly spawning and they last for quite a while in here. It's definitely a really good place for Divine Locations if you don't have any of your own. Also amazing for high level Dungeoneering Iron Man accounts. Really worth considering using this if you're low on Divine Locations. The first Divine Location I want to talk about is fishing. The first one is the Divine Shark Bubble, which requires level 76 fishing. Each shark gives you 110 XP. So if you're 1,500 total, you can fish 75 sharks, which will give you 8,250 experience and 80,000 GP. At 2,000 2,500 total, you can fish 125 sharks, get 13,200 experience and around 140k GP. So sharks are a good way to start with divine locations if you're doing fishing. Next up is divine cavefish bubbles at level 85 fishing. Each cavefish gives you 300 XP. 1,500 total, you'll get 50 cavefish, 15,000 experience and around 110k GP. At 2,500 total, you'll get 83 cavefish, 24,900 XP and around 182k GP. Cavefish are very close to rocktails, so if you only have 85, doing cavefish bubbles will be absolutely amazing for fishing. Divine rocktail bubbles at level 90 are just about the best. The XP is slightly less, but you get quite a lot more money, around 10% more GP, so in my opinion it's worth cutting the 1000 XP loss. Each rocktail gives 380 experience. At 1,500 total, you'll be able to fish 37 rocktails and get 14,060 experience and around 120k GP. At 2,500 total, you'll be able to fish 62 rocktails, get 23,560 experience and around 200k GP. Getting 200k GP and 23,560 XP just from your divine location every single day sounds like a good way to spend a minute of your time in World 2 Bertha. Next up, one of people's favourite divine locations to do is the woodcutting location. You have the divine yew tree and the divine magic tree. The divine yew tree at level 60 gives you 175 XP each yew log. 1,500 total would be 150 yew logs, which would be 26,250 experience and around 30,000 GP. 2,500 plus total would be 250 yew logs, 43,750 experience and around 43k GP. Getting 43,750 woodcutting experience in literally a couple of minutes is a really good way to spend your time, as woodcutting is a very slow skill in general. Divine magic trees at 75 is another option you can do, which give you a little bit more money but a bit less GP. Each magic log gives you 250 XP. At 1,500 total, expect to get 75 magic logs, 18,750 XP and around 50k GP. At 2,500 total, you'll get 125 magic logs, 31,250 experience and 83k GP. If you would rather 40,000 GP over 12k XP, do magic trees. If you'd rather the 12k XP over 40k GP, do yew trees. The next and my personal favourite divine location are the hunter divine locations. The only divine location that's any good for hunter is the divine box trap at level 53+. The divine box trap gives you different things and has different unlocks depending on your level, and as you reach that level it will unlock that item. At level 53, each chin chomper can give you 198 experience. At 63, each red chin chomper can give you 265 experience. At level 66, each Poria meat gives you 400 experience. At 77, each Grenwall spike gives you 1100 experience. Whenever you get a Grenwall spike, the XP drop is huge. When you're level 77, you'll get a random one out of these 4 items when harvesting from the divine box trap. At level 77, you will get optimal XP rates as follows. At 1,500 total, you can get 30 random items. Judging that you're level 77, this would give you around 20,000 XP on average and around 33,000 GP on average. At 2,500 plus total, that would give you your 50 random items and around 35,000 XP on average and around 55,000 GP on average. Remember to take your Yatui stick for 5% buff, the outfit for 6% buff, and gain even more XP on top of that. All buffs work, even pulse cores 10%, bonus XP, avatar, all of that stacks with these divine locations. So hunter can go so high with all of the bonuses you can get in it. That 35k XP can easily turn into 50,000 experience every day on average. Definitely worth doing the hunter ones if you're 77 plus and go in for a higher hunter level. They're even good at 99 to be honest. Next up I want to talk about the farming locations. These herb patches are typically the best for GP but do not yield very much XP at all. The only one worth doing is the Divine Herb Patch 2. It requires a low level and can be a really good thing to incorporate with your daily runs if you do those for money. Divine Herb Patch 2s at level 44 give you around 67.9 XP on average per herb. The herbs are random, so this is an average. You could get a bit more or a bit less every harvest and every day. 1,500 total means you could get 37 herbs, which would give you 2,512 experience and around 145k GP on average. Like I said, that could be a bit more or a bit less. At 2,500 plus total, you'll get 62 herbs, 4,210 XP and 242k GP on average. This makes these the most money per day. If you're doing it just for GP, look to do the farming locations with the Divine Herb Patch 2. The second from last location I want to quickly talk about are the mining locations. There's 3 different locations. You have the best XP from Myth, Adamantite Rock is not worth doing, and the Runite Rock is good for GP. Divine Mithril Rock at level 55 mining is really good XP, especially for level 55. Each Mithril ore gives you 80 experience. At 1,500 total you'd get 150 items, 12,000 experience and around 50,000 GP. At 2,500 plus total you'd get 250 items, 20k XP and around 85k GP. So you're getting okay amounts of GP, and 20k XP in mining is actually quite a lot, as mining is a pretty slow skill in general, so definitely a good one there. The Divine Adamantite Rock at level 70 is not worth doing at all. Each Adamantite ore gives you 95 XP, but at level 1,500 total you can only harvest 30 ores, which would only give you around 2,850 XP and around 35k GP. So it's far worse than Mithril Rocks in GP and XP. Even at 2,500 plus total, it is really bad. I would stay away from Adamantite Rocks. The last one is the Divine Runite Rock at level 85 mining. It's very good for GP and gives you a little tiny bit of XP. Each Runite ore gives you around 125 XP. At 1,500 total you'll get 12 Runite ore and 1,500 experience and around 130k GP. At 2,500 plus total you'll get 20 Runite ore, 2,500 XP and around 220k GP. So it's very close to the herbs for GP every day, and gives you a little bit of mining XP instead of farming XP. So if you'd rather the little bit in mining and get around the same money, you can always do Runite Rocks. But overall I think the Myth are by far the best here. The last Divine location I'm going to talk about is the Divination location. The Divine Simulacrums give a range of different useful items such as Portent, Signs of the Porter and Signs of Life, etc. But they don't give much experience at all. The Divine Simulacrum 1 at 65 Divination gives tons of random items. It's quite hard to determine an XP rate on average here, but I've done my best to come up with a sum that I feel is quite accurate. 1,500 total will give you 30 random items, which will be around 8,000 experience in Divination and around 60,000 GP. At 2,500 total you would get 50 random items and around 14,000 XP and 100,000 GP. So it's not too bad at level 65 Divination. 14k XP can be quite a lot. But then again you do have caches, so caches outweigh this in my opinion, which is why it's my least favourite location. The Divine Simulacrum 2 at level 86 Divination is a little bit better, as you're getting a bit better energies and a bit better items. At 1,500 total you would expect 30 items again, and you'd get around 12k XP in Divination this time and around 80k GP on average. At 2,500 plus total you'd get 50 items and around 20,000 XP and 140k GP on average. This means that it gives you an alright amount of XP and GP for the Divine Simulacrum 2 at 86, but I still feel they're not worth doing. If you're doing 2 caches every day anyway, another Divine location would probably be better for you. If you get lucky with high tier energies or Signs of Life though, the GP from these Divine locations can be crazy. I remember one time I got over 250,000 GP just from one lockout of these because I got really lucky with the Signs of Life, and they're around 15,000 GP each. But all in all, probably my least favourite location, but you could still feel free to do them if you feel like the XP and GP is worth it for Divination. Thanks for watching everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. I thought I'd make a different style of guide for Divine locations, as I haven't really seen any about it. So hopefully this was useful information to you all. Give it a like if it was, and subscribe if you're new for future content like this and other guides and progress series. We're growing really fast and it's awesome to see everyone come together in game and in the comments and everything like that, just chatting and enjoying RuneScape as a game. Hopefully these videos can help you along your way. Feel free to join my friends chat Maikeru if you fancy a chat in game. Goblin Slayers with a Z, my clan is open to everyone and anyone. Feel free to guest in there and ask for an invite, as anyone can invite you. and I'm sure there'll be someone online to do so. The Discord link will be in the description if you fancy chatting there, and until next time, see ya.